Yo, what's good everybody? This is Saber4. I've got one more match to show you with this Emboar, Reshiram, Charizard GX deck for the expanded format. Then we're going to take a look at this deck in Standard. It plays much differently in Standard, but it's still a very good deck. I've got big plans for that deck. I think it's going to be very good. It's kind of on the level of Zekrom in a way. You know, its cousin, trying to get one-hit knockouts with that big Reshiram Charizard GX through turbo means. Yep. Alright, so for this match, I'm going to open up with Jirachi there. We already have two of these Tepics, but I've got kind of a painful hand besides that. I don't want to use Juniper and discard a double rare candy there. It just means that there's only two left in the deck. If one of them or if both of them are prized too, that just makes it even worse. So not a good thing. We top deck the Far Energy, not exactly what I need here. And Jirachi isn't going to give me much either, like energy recovery cards and Professor's Letter, more energies. I would have liked to see like a Cynthia N, something like that. So what are we going to do here? Just use the letter, grab two energies and pass the turn. I really don't want to use Juniper, so kind of a move that can really backfire as I'm purposely not digging through my cards. But hopefully it pays off. We get lucky and we draw something next turn. Like, it'd be great if I get like a heavy ball or just something to get at Emboar at least. Make use of one of the candies. Oh well. And my opponent is going to be playing Night March. I know that might be a bit boring. I've already showed you guys a game with this deck going up against Night March, but I mean, I can't really control to an extent. I can control what goes on. But, I mean, if everybody's playing Night March and Expanded, then I'm going to be playing up against this deck, whether I like it or not. I played a lot of different games, and I want to show you guys the best, whether I win or lose, and whether the opponent is playing some sort of a boring-ass deck, some sort of overused deck. You know, I just want the match to be really good. Anyways, so my opponent, Juniper, going to discard a bunch of stuff there. And he's digging, of course, gonna get all of his Night March guys in the discard pile, and plays the DC on Shaman. I guess he doesn't have much going on either if he has to do this. Already a lot of the Night March guys are in the discard pile, and with a Muscle Band, he can do 50 damage if he uses Sky Return. Still won't be enough to knock out Jirachi, which is important. I don't want that Pokemon to die just from Shaman, damn it. So it's a good thing we can survive. Ultra Ball, my opponent's still digging. Played down one of the Pumpkaboos there. And let's see what he gets. Joltik. Okay, that's a bit surprising. I thought you would have searched something like Shaman. Another Shaman to dig more. So Muscle Band on the Pumpkaboo. And just going to go ahead and Sky Return. Guess you didn't have another Shaman in hand. Alright, okay. I guess it could have been worse. So let's see what we draw, and what do you know, top deck the Emboar. Couldn't have asked for a better top deck, unless it was maybe heavy ball to get this guy. So now we're kind of, I feel like more safe now, more secure. And let's see, Jirachi, what you're gonna get me, Lysander or some other cards. I don't think I need, I mean, you know what, let's get the switch actually. What I'm gonna do is put the Tepic in the active position and get the KO on the Joltik. Yeah, I do this all the time. I can't tell you how many times I've knocked out this Joltik using like a Tepic. I really take advantage of this opportunity. Just trading a small basic with a small basic there just works out nicely. Great having that 3 energy attack. Let's put an energy on Emboar too so that we don't waste anything. So Juniper only discarding 1 candy and the stretcher. This is a much more feasible cost to pay. Okay, let's see. Get Moltres, I get Candy and Emboar. We can get out another Emboar actually, but I can't do this, otherwise I won't be able to attack. So a bit sad, but you know, we're gonna make do. And who knows, I've got the other stretcher too. We've got double stretcher in this deck. So normally that would have been the other Reshiram, but it's gonna work out in this case I can just grab the Tepic right back and maybe evolve the turn after that. Okay, so the first prize goes to us. Get rid of one of those Joltics, one of those threats. And now my opponent has to use the Pumpkaboo. He does have the Dimension Valley in play, so all he needs is another DC to attack, which he has from Shaman. Now, I wish I could have gotten rid of his Stadium too, but we didn't get lucky enough, I suppose, for that. My only outs are my own Stadium and one of the Field Blowers, really. We don't have a lot of Stadium removal in this deck, counter Stadium action. So gonna play down the Mime too, which is of course a very good card I always run in my decks, but most people don't use it as much, and that's why I really favor Pokemon like Entei with sniping. So since my opponent played down the Mime, Entei is kind of useless now. I only played him down to use the sniping attack, maybe on one of the Shamans after a couple of turns when it's the last two prizes I need to collect. That works out. Or maybe if he plays down a Shadow GX or something, this deck plays that Pokemon too. But it seems he's going to go with the Mew EX route, the more classic route. Going to use that dude as opposed to Shadow GX. Okay, but nevertheless, now that Mr. Mime is down with bench barrier, I can't use Entei, so I guess it's just going to sit on the bench there. Okay, so an easy KO for the little Tepic. My opponent's doing 160 damage, which kind of tempts me to use Entei, just make sure I get an attack and use him, since my opponent can't get the one-hit KO just yet. The thing is with Night March is that you don't want them to get a one-hit KO on your GX dudes while you're getting one prize when you KO them. This is why it's kind of not a good matchup when you use a bunch of Pokemon like Rayquaza, one I used to use, and Entei GX. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Emboar. I could have used maybe Entei, but you know what? It's likely my opponent is going to get the last resources he needs there to get into that magical range of doing 180 and over that. So going to be using Emboar. So kind of close one, just barely got the energies there. And we will be able to make the attack, that's the important thing. Getting rid of the DCs too, that's the big thing. Because this deck really just, it's the only energy they run really. Just 4 DCs, trying to use those. And let's see, get the second prize. So far so good. I'm not doing too bad. Everything is just going in our favor, I gotta say. I've got the Candy and Emboar for next turn too. So very, very nice. And we're gonna need some energies though, I feel like. So my opponent promotes this Mew EX now. I've got the DC again. This must be the third one. Now this is a Pokemon that I'm happy to trade knockouts with if I use my Entei GX, because I knock it out, I get 2 prizes. If they knock it out, they get 2 prizes. I've got the lead right now, so might not be too bad. But since we've got Moltres too, maybe we can use that Pokemon. It needs 4 energies though, as opposed to 3. So, Emboar goes down. My opponent gonna get another prize. And which should we promote? That's the good question. Yeah, I mean, I can do Moltres, but let's just go with Entei, just in case I don't see, because we don't have any fire energies. So top deck 1, but you got to be careful getting an energies in this deck every turn. It's also something. So since I have 1, I can just use the Scala, and I know I'm safe. I can just get like an energy retrieval. I believe I did use both of the letters there. So energy retrieval, get the fire energies guaranteed, get what we need as we keep using these resources, getting knockouts, thinning our deck. Then once I use supporters like Cynthia, I'm likely going to see the stuff that I need, like the fire crystals, energy retrievals. Just making use of our cards slowly like that. I could have used the Cynthia, but since I can get the guaranteed shit with Scala, it's just better to go with that play. Firefang, gonna get the knockout on Jirachi, on Mew, not Jirachi, thanks to the burn. And we're still in the leading position. I only need to knock out 2 Pokemon. If the Mime wasn't there, we could have just easily sniped the Shaman. But I guess it's not gonna happen, thanks to Mime. So my opponent promotes the Joltik, and can he make another attack? That's the question. I believe at least 3 double colorless energies on the discard pile. He goes with the Juniper, didn't even use the computer search. That's kind of weird. I don't know why he did that. I think he had enough cards to do that. Maybe that's just me though. And to check my discard pile, yeah, both letters are there. A bunch of far energies, only 1 retrieval, both stretchers. So we've got a few things there. But the game should be coming to a close really soon. All I gotta do is just keep getting knockouts, and I will outpace my opponent no matter what, as long as we don't miss a turn of attacking. So my opponent gonna go ahead and use the escape rope. Okay, and who should I promote actually? I guess let's promote Jirachi. Would make a good decoy there. It's already damaged anyway. Maybe the Moltres, I'll need that later on. No point in using that guy. And if my opponent doesn't do anything, which he didn't, passes the turn completely, this is really big because this just makes it just so guaranteed this is my game. All I gotta do is get the energies. Let's see, the Trainer's Mail gives us some good options there. Fire Crystal, and even the computer search. So what should I get? What should I get indeed? Indeed. Gonna go with the computer search. We could have grabbed the crystal, to be honest. That would have worked out. All I gotta do is just attach the energy. And yeah, put an energy on Jirachi, retreat, put the rest on something like Moltres. So computer search, let's see what we got in the deck. Heat Factory, I guess I'm gonna go with that, maybe. Get rid of his stadium so that he doesn't make his life even harder. I mean, now that I think about it, getting the Fire Crystal was probably the best thing to do. Not use the computer search like that. But, I mean, at this point, I think I'm in a very far ahead position here. We're going to get another knockout. I only need to knock out 1 more Pokemon. If I just build another Pokemon with far energies, you know, this Night March deck can't get a lot of prizes in a bunch of Pokemon at once. It only has this sort of high damage going with the Night March dudes. So he's in a position where it's really checkmate. Like I said last time, I can't do anything with at least 2 of my Pokemon ready with far energies. Even if he knocks out one of the GXs, the Entei GX there, then it's still my victory. So let's attach a few energies on Moltres, get that Pokemon ready. And my opponent has a really low deck count as well, I think. We could have even decked him out if we wanted to, maybe. Get the knockout on this Pumpkaboo. Get my 5th prize, this Tepic. And my opponent, this is the last move. Can he at least get a knockout on 1 more Pokemon? Because it's my game either way. Like, I'm only going to need 1 more energy on Moltres and I can knock out anything on his field. So Night March, 180. It seems he did get the last DC. Okay. And now, going to promote Moltres. All we got to do is just see 1 more energy. And I even top deck it. Don't even need to dig with Cynthia. So Fire Spin, take care of the small Joltik. You will be destroyed by this big attack, and it is my victory. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this game. It's GG, another victory against Night March. Not doing too bad so far. I'll post more videos with Reshiram in Standard next, so I hope you guys will be looking forward to them. I'm going to do something different, but you guys are going to see. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys subscribe. Leave a like. Share this with your friends. See you guys next time. We'll see.